This is Peace News Now. Today is Tuesday, April 23rd, 2013. Silver is trading at $23 per ounce. Bitcoin is trading at $127 per Bitcoin. In a huge win for food freedom this week, a Minnesota jury chose not to convict a peaceful farmer for selling raw milk. Under Minnesota law, raw milk is technically legal, but the law is vague, leading many people to just do what they want, unsure if they're breaking the law. One farmer decided he would bottle the raw milk himself and deliver it to customers who signed up for a membership. Minnesota law enforcers finally decided that they would arrest this farmer and charge him with selling raw milk in an effort to change his behavior, either with a fine or jail time. Attorney Nathan Hansen defended the farmer in court. He explained that according to the letter of the law, each person who is going to drink it must milk the cow himself and supply his own container. Hansen explained that this rule even includes little children, meaning that the whole family would need to drive out to the farm and milk the cows themselves in order to drink the milk. The first time this law has ever been tried, the jury was not convinced that this was a good rule. Although clearly guilty of breaking the law, the jury found the farmer not guilty because they thought the law was stupid, and Hansen won the day in court. In a rational world, this would mean that the law will now be rewritten to reflect the unanimous will of the people. Instead, however, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, a much bigger beast, is now charging the farmer with the same crime. This situation perfectly illustrates how parties behave when they're removed from their source of funding. The government class gets paid no matter what they do, so they have no incentive to respond to the will of their customers, only to further extort and plunder the very people whom they purport to serve. Thankfully, good juries like the ones in Minnesota nullify bad laws. Learn more about this case and others by checking out the people who made this victory possible, the Farm to Consumer Legal Defense Fund at farmtoconsumer.org, and also the Complete Patient blog for more health news at thecompletepatient.com. You can also learn about jury nullification and even download your own free flyers at freekeen.com and hand them out at courthouses in your town. Are you tired of the US government killing people around the world? Are you tired of having to pay for their murderous rampage? Are you tired of feeling helpless to do anything about it? Well, now there's something you can do. It's called Bitcoin. Bitcoin is money that is impossible for the government to control. Bitcoin is simply a peer-to-peer protocol, so it's impossible for anyone to shut it down, block it, or control it in any way. If you want to see an end to the government inflating the dollar to pay for murder, then you need to start using Bitcoin today. To learn how, visit weusecoins.com. Author, radio talk show host, and peace and liberty activist Darryl W. Perry is running for president of the United States and is only accepting campaign contributions in alternative currencies. Perry explains on his website, quote, "First, Darryl is a supporter of alternative currencies and believes the Federal Reserve System should be abolished. In an attempt to put this support for alternative currencies into real-world practice, the campaign will only accept alternative currencies, converting them only as needed. Second, Darryl does not believe the Federal Election Commission has legitimate authority to regulate the fundraising of candidates or donations of those giving to candidates or their campaigns. In an attempt to avoid compliance with the FEC, the campaign will not be accepting donations in the monies recognized by the federal legal tender laws. Third, since the campaign will not be complying with FEC regulations, and since the campaign would like to raise funds, the only reasonable option for accepting funds without using the banking system is to only accept alternative currencies." And in other peaceful resistance news, Caitlin Campbell, who is the student body vice president at George Washington High School, alleges her principal threatened to call the college where she's been accepted to report that she has bad character because she refused to attend an assembly. The assembly was funded by a conservative religious organization called Believe in West Virginia and advertised with flyers that proclaimed, quote, "God's plan for sexual purity." Instead of going to the assembly, she filed a complaint with the ACLU and began to speak out about her objections to this type of school-sponsored event. Some of Campbell's fellow students at GW High School are also rallying for her cause. They plan to take up the issue at the next Board of Education meeting. This has been Peace News Now, your daily update on the peaceful evolution. For links and videos, subscribe to PNN at youtube.com/peacenewsnow. For peacenewsnow.com, I'm Derek J, reminding you that peace is the way.